Hi, welcome back to another episode of Technology Review. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Mac Jackson Jr. or facebook.com/ Technology Review TV. Or on Twitter, twitter.com/Mac Jackson Jr. Go to my website, macjacksonjr.com, on information about cybersecurity and how to protect your family and your business from the fastest growing crime. I'm here with my co-host today, Sonia Padwick. Hello, Sonia.
Hello, Mac.
All right. In this segment, we talk about businesses and why businesses are really responsible for making sure their companies have the right policies and procedures in mind.
Yeah.
Have you run into any companies that have policy issues that you've talked to?
Yeah, I think it's because technology is coming at them so fast.
Yes.
They don't know how, and they're onboarding and letting go people. They don't know how to stabilize, right, and
Right.
educate everyone. And a lot of times you're hiring people through the generations. Sometimes people really adapt to technology.
Yeah, that's true,
Sometimes they're
yes.
not. And
Yep.
so, and then sometimes it's maybe just a tough conversation. They don't know how to have it, or we don't want to scare people. We don't want to put too many controls. So how do we have a conversation that just says, look, this is to protect everyone and protect us as an organization.
Right.
And here's what you can do as your part.
Right, exactly. And then again, those are policies. And about
Yeah.
policies, folks, a lot of people think that you write a policy, you bring up your Word document, and you write it, show it to the boss. They sign off on it, and it sits on a shelf or on a hard drive for years until you get audited or you need it, right? But these documents grow, and they need to be revised and revisited in your organization and make sure that they still focus and point to the strategy of the business, right?
Yeah.
The business plan. And technology changes all the time, so you need to have these policies in place, especially for cyber. There are companies that we're running into with my company that they want to know that you have a cybersecurity policy in place, because they're giving out information that pertains to their customers and their business and their organization, right?
Yeah.
And companies have to realize that if you collect, track, store personal identifiable information, PII we call it, it needs to be secured. And if it is lost or stolen due to negligence or didn't know, you could be responsible for it. And there's lots of fines and penalties that are coming down from companies. They're getting fined for it because they're not doing these things. I've run into people that say, oh, my company's too small, it's not, I won't get in trouble, I'll be fine. And you will, because you're a small company, you still could be in trouble because you're collecting data from people. And if that data is lost or stolen, it can affect the other person's lives.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important for companies to make sure they have a strong policy in place, right? A dynamic policy in place for that.
Yeah, and it's happened so much, right? It's so easy. I mean, we joke about the flash drive that's left around, and some employee goes, "Oh, I wonder what's on this." It could be dirty secrets, and they put it into their device at the office, and it infects the whole network. And like I was telling you earlier, we get a lot of emails. Each one of us in the company, we always kind of talk about it. Hey, you guys, does this sound fishy? We talk about it openly to avoid when that computer is going to start shutting down, flashing things because someone accidentally clicked on something they shouldn't have done.
That's true. And that's a good point, too. A lot of people say, well, if my computer's hacked, it will probably because it's shutting down or starts flashing or puts up scary clown photos. That's another one I hear about, scary clown photos. No, folks, that's what you're expecting. That's the old-fashioned way of hacking. Nowadays, they just want to get a copy.
Yeah.
A copy of important data on your system. So if they're behind the scenes getting copies of important data and you can't see them, that doesn't mean you're not being hacked. And then your data shows up in some underground database that's trying to be sold for money, right? So it's very, very important that you have these policies in place. And some of the policies, let's talk about a couple of them. BYOD, right? BYOD policy, bring your own device. I speak of this policy because this is the easiest one to do and everybody's affected by it. When you have a smart device, such as your smartphone, and you take that smartphone with you to work and log onto the workspace network, you've now brought another computer into the environment. Or when you take your smartphone and plug it into your desktop or your laptop to charge it. Wow.
You think it's so, simple. It's like, this is no big deal and just charging, but if you had something on your device and now it goes into the network now,
that's right.
Kind of put everybody at risk.
And how hackers will get you, I was just talking to someone about this last night, how hackers can get you is that rather than focus on your organization and hack the organization, let's hack the individual through their home, right? So the hacker will come to you through your home and hack you that way because you have weak passwords on your router, right?
Yeah.
You have friends come over that are friends of your kids and want to use your network and need to have access to the network, right? So once they have access to your network and can deliver malware to your network, there's more than likely that malware can be transferred to your smart device. And you take that smart device, you bring it into work. And that's what makes IT's departments crazy, because they know they have a tight network set up, and all of a sudden they get hacked and figured how that happened. Well, someone brought in a device that shouldn't be in our system. So yeah, those things could be very, very
And you touched on passwords.
Yes.
I think what people really need to, and we focus on this at our company, is passphrases. And, you know, with some company policies, it's just automatic that your password has to reset for certain applications or your entire system, and people get really frustrated. And so they use their favorite football team in the year they won the Super Bowl.
Incredible.
They use their kids.
You're that football team and you're the one in the Super Bowl. Incredible. You know, 20 years ago, I remember there was this kid from India that the CPA firm that I worked for as their consultant, this kid was so smart. He could look at someone's cubicle and workstation and figure out their password like 30 minutes. Because he'd look around, you'll see all kinds of things. Like you mentioned, a football team, their kids.
Mickey Mouse.
Their kids' names. You know, oh, when were your kids born? Oh, they're born this year, really? And and be able to hack it and find out their passwords.
And if you take that to something as a phrase and use things like the underline or dash or you know characters to break it up,
you can do that
does
too.
make it harder. You know, my favorite ice cream is chocolate.
Right, exactly.
And then separate it with numbers, or you know, just be it something that you can remember.
Yes, and your family too, right? Because again, at home you have generational of people, right? You have up to 3 different generations, from kids to the parents to the grandparents living at home and need to have access to the internet. And how could you tell your grandparents that elderly a long password with these weird characters in it? Then you tell your little ones the same thing, right? But a passphrase, you're absolutely right. We talk about that in our next segment too, about the applications that can help you remember those passwords and passphrases. But yeah, so those are just 2 examples of policies. One was BYOD and the other one was a password policy, right? Meaning that you sit with your staff and you have a password policy that you train them with, that they understand they need to change their password every 60 or 90 days or what have you, right? Yeah, definitely make sure that you do that. One of the best ways to do that, if you do forget or you need help with that, is to contact MJ Computer Concepts as well. We'll be able to have presentations for your organization on how to set up correct policies and passwords. However, if you need to take it even deeper and have penetration testing, if you would, or vulnerability testing, my company, Asim Cyber Group, ACG, can provide that for you as well. And this is why it's important. Like I mentioned earlier, you could have cyber thieves making copies of your important information and your data without doing some crazy different lockups on your system, things that you would think you could be aware of by sight that your system is under attack. When an attack happens, you won't know it. They're invisible. There's no bombs going off and everything, and your system blowing up, right? Or shooting, or blinking lights. No, none of that. It's being hacked. There's files being copied and transferred. Now, if you listen close to your hard drive, you may hear your hard drive buzzing unusually. And that could be files being sucked out of your server and sent over through packets through the internet. But there's ways to prevent that, or at least mitigate it. And those are some of the techniques that we could do with your organization. Is come to your organization and run tests on your equipment and make sure that they're running correctly, right? If you need to have correct IT people working for your organization, again, definitely please feel free to contact Sonia Padawick at her office, and she'll be able to help you in your recruiting efforts, find the right employees for you within your organization. Is that right?
Yep, absolutely.
And give your phone number one more time.
We're at 702-529-0378 at www.torianconsulting.net.
Very good. And again, my company is MJ Computer Concepts. I'll come out to your organization and speak to your group about cybersecurity. Please go to my website at macjacksonjr.com and sign up for our mailing list, where we have upcoming lunch and learn events that are here in Las Vegas, where we talk to businesses about cyber crimes and how to protect their company or organization. And you can learn a lot. They're every month here in Las Vegas, and we're also looking to expand that globally too, and our webinars that Sonia and I are going to be doing together too. So we'll be back, folks, right back after these messages.